Join me as I take on the challenge of sharing the top lessons about life that everyone needs to know. Life is one of those things that we all experience, yet it can be incredibly hard to navigate. We all go through it, but we're not always sure what we're doing or where we're going. I think that's what makes it so universally relatable. We're all in this together, trying to figure things out. A lot of us face similar challenges: stress about the future, anxiety about what's to come, feeling stuck or uncertain about our direction in life. It's easy to get caught up in the daily grind and lose sight of what's truly important. And let's be honest, it's pretty common to feel like we're just trying to survive some days rather than truly thrive. These feelings of being lost or uncertain can really take a toll on our mental health. I think that's why it's so crucial that we talk about this stuff, so we can learn from each other, support each other, and find ways to make life a little bit easier. When we share our struggles and our triumphs, we start to see that we're not alone. We've all been there, feeling like we're just trying to find our way. And it's in those moments that we need to remind ourselves that it's okay to not have it all figured out. As we journey through life, we start to realize that it's the little things that truly make it worth living. Relationships with loved ones, personal growth, and the pursuit of happiness are just a few examples of what make life so rich and fulfilling. Think about it. When was the last time you had a meaningful conversation with someone, or learned something new about yourself? These moments might seem small, but they add up to make life feel more purposeful. Of course, happiness is a highly personal thing, and what brings joy to one person might not be the same for another. But I think that's what makes life so interesting. We get to explore, experiment, and find what works for us. The pursuit of happiness can sometimes feel like a never-ending journey, but it's one that's well worth taking. And along the way, we learn to appreciate the little things: a beautiful sunset, a good cup of coffee, or a great conversation with a friend. One of the most impactful lessons I've learned is that life is not about finding your purpose, but about creating space for the things that bring you joy. It's about embracing the uncertainty and finding freedom in the unknown. This lesson has really changed my perspective on life. Instead of stressing about finding my one true calling, I try to focus on what makes me happy in the moment. And I think that's something we can all learn from. When we focus on creating space for joy, we start to see life in a whole new light. We begin to appreciate the little things, and we find that happiness is not something we find, but something we create. By embracing this mindset, we can start to live more authentic, more present lives. And that's a pretty powerful thing. So, to recap, we've talked about how life can be tough to navigate and how we all face similar challenges. We've explored the importance of relationships, personal growth, and happiness, and we've discussed a key lesson that can really shift our perspective on life. What are some of the most valuable life lessons you've learned? I'd love to hear about them in the comments below. If you're interested in more content like this, be sure to check out my other video on personal development.